Speaking about exciting, we've got the 5 and 5, which is a regular segment on this podcast, which is 5 questions and you have 5 minutes to answer them. So question number 1 is, do you take holidays? Why and where do you go?
I should take more holidays. We actually just had this conversation in the office. I think I've got 55 days of annual leave up my sleeve at the moment. Yes, I do though. I actually just went on a big honeymoon when I got married at the end of last year. My husband and I went backpacking through Central and South America. I believe that experience for me kind of made me think even more that holidays are really important. It's actually really important to step away from the day-to-day every now and then. And some of your best thinking work is done during that time. So I don't like not working. I love to work all the time. But I think it's a different type of work. I think it's a work that opens up your mind and gives you opportunity to think about the business from the top, not underneath or inside of it. So it's really important.
Question 2. If you weren't doing this, what would you be doing and why?
It's so hard because everyone always asks me this, what are you going to do next? Or, what would you do if you didn't do this? I mean, it'll be something entrepreneurial because I love the startup game, but I can't see life any different really. I love it. I love what I do and I love that I can combine the entrepreneurial business side of it with also the impact and the life, changing ability that you can give people through education.
What's the best piece of career advice you've ever received?
Definitely, you've got to crawl before you walk and walk before you run. And when I was 21 and I got that said to me, I was thinking, that's just stupid, I can't believe it. I'm not going to slow down. But you've got to get the foundations right. And sometimes slowing down helps you speed up. So I think that's been critical and I think about it a lot because there's times where I become a little frustrated when I've got to kind of focus on the systems and process side of the business. It's not my forte. I'm kind of more of a slightly bigger picture, but also, I like to kind of drive forward rather than think about the systematization. So look, it's critical. It's critical to optimize the work that you're doing, to automate everything that you can, and to get the foundations really crystal clear before you scale.
Question 4. What's one thing people would be surprised to learn about you?
I've climbed Mount Kilimanjaro twice in the space of 12 months. So we did that as a fundraiser for School for Life and it was brutal. I definitely don't recommend doing it twice in 1 year, but yeah, it was pretty amazing.
How did you end up doing 2 in 1 year?
Got roped in because as I got quite excited about selling the dream and then I ended up being part of that dream the second time. So yeah, it was hard.
Did it have some sort of changing impact on you doing that?
It's amazing. Yeah, definitely. The first time, I think the second time it was slightly different experience, but the first time, again, we've spoken a bit about this throughout this conversation around resilience and grit and you're so far outside your comfort zone, you're so cold, you're so sick, but to see a team come together in the way that they did to support one another, one person was going down every couple of, meters or minutes and you're just going, oh, but everyone just banded together for the one goal, which was to get to the top of this mountain. And it really showed me a thing or two about team building.
Question 5, person or business? Who has impressed you of late that you would like our listeners to know more about?
Oh, it's got to be the amazing Professor Nadia Badawi. So she's one of my mentors and she hasn't just impressed me lately. She's impressed me since the day I met her. She is a neonatologist, but also a leading professor on cerebral palsy research. And she just continues to pave the way in terms of breaking through, all of these milestones and hurdles to be able to really in her lifetime, they think, to find a cure for cerebral palsy, which I just think is amazing. She manages so much. She's an amazing fundraiser. She's a serious advocate for both neonatal care and also cerebral palsy. And she's just one woman who seems to have been able to manage so much, both in having a family, but also balancing her professional life as well. So yeah, so she's a huge inspiration and role model to me.